This episode of the Tapping Out Show is brought to you by Icon Beverages and Cigars. With hundreds of beers to choose from, you're bound to find the perfect brew for you. That's Icon Beverages and Cigars.
Thanks for watching the Tapping Out Show. This is Matt, and
my name is Jeremy.
And we're going to do Trillium Brewing Company's, and this is a pretty famous beer. This is the 4-Point Pale Ale, and this is the Galaxy Dry Hopped version. We haven't had any of these versions actually, but we've actually heard of this beer though.
Well, as I say, we've actually been told to check it out. Shout out actually to Icon Beverages and Cigars out in Cyprus for letting us get one of these. There is, I believe, 5 other versions of this particular pale ale, each having to do with the hops. There's a mosaic hop, there's a dry hop, there's a Galaxy Dry Hop. I think Untapped has it at 4.45 or 4.
Yeah, 4.5. You know, so that's. They don't give out a lot of 5s, so that's pretty much as good as it usually gets. Is about 4.5. That usually means it's good beer. It's 6.6 alcohol. It's a pale ale, so expecting pretty smooth, not too much alcohol. You know, pretty good beer.
So let's crack this open. I'm actually pretty excited to try it. So, and this is
good.
Super citrusy.
Yeah,
that's actually really cool.
Almost like a summer beer or something.
And not to knock these guys, because these guys are from Massachusetts.
Smells pretty awesome.
It has a smell of almost West Coast IPA. It really has a very hoppy, dry smell, and that's not a bad thing. That's quite inviting.
Not as pungent, but yeah, a little, because it's not as high of alcohol. But
so I was
good.
A little bit wrong on the color spectrum. I'm going to say that that's not even translucent. It's almost Hefeweizen. Unfiltered kind of.
It almost looks like some juice.
Yeah, it actually kind of does.
Kind of
orange juice,
orange, pineapple, carrot kind of juice or something like that. I'm trying to see. I don't really see any sediment in there. It smells. It smells like I imagine it's going to taste like.
Pretty much. Cheers. Cheers.
That's really good.
Yeah, actually, it is. It's super dry. Hence the name, but it's super dry. It's hoppy, but not IPA hoppy, but not pale ale hoppy. This isn't.
Yeah, it's definitely. I would almost call it a hybrid. Okay. It's almost like in between. So it's good for somebody that doesn't want to go too hoppy, but someone that wants a little bit of taste of it. Definitely for a West Coast, East Coast beer. Definitely has a West Coast flavor and taste to it. I'd say it's definitely inspired by the West Coast kind of IPAs. Definitely good beer, though. Really good. I've heard good stuff about it. I like it. I like pale ales. I like IPAs, so it makes sense that I like it. It's got a lot of flavor, a lot of citrus, and then it's got a little bit of hop, and it's a little dry, but I like it.
So I'm not on the other side of that spectrum, not really into pale ales, not really into Indian pale ales. It is dry like an IPA, which kind of throws you off because then you get like the little bit of the hop punch, but you're waiting for that IPA hop punch, and you don't get it. You don't at all, and it's quite inviting. It's almost kind of a summery.
Yeah, definitely. It's got that. It would be definitely a good beer to drink when it's hot outside. Yeah. And it's, because some beers, especially some of the beers that we reviewed, are a little thick and a little crazy where, if you're sweating in the sun, you probably don't want to, take something like that on. So this is definitely a good spring, summer, not that it wouldn't be good year round, but definitely, reminds me of those kind of times.
Seeing these guys are on the other side of the states, it's not as easy for us to get a hold of a lot of their beers. Now that I realize that they actually have other versions of this, I kind of want to check them out. That Mosaic one sounds really good. Strangely enough, I like Mosaic pale ales. I just do. Carl Strauss makes a killer one. Besides that, I give this a great rating. I believe the hype on it. I like it. It's
Yeah. I would stick to the 4.5 that they gave it. I would say this is a good 4.5. I don't like giving out 5s because, it's really hard to earn a 5. But, I mean, for me, 4.5 is a pretty good rating, I would say.
Well, I agree. Pretty good. Hopefully we get our hands on any of the other Trillium beers. They do
Hopefully we can get a hand on a lot of these beers.
a few more.
Yeah.
Besides that, we're going to finish these up. Hit us up. It's info@tappingoutshow.com. That's our email. And then Tapping Out Show, all one word, for all social media sites. Besides that, cheers. You guys have a good one.
Thanks for watching. Take responsibility.